Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have swatches for you from the June polish pickup. If you don't know what polish pickup is, every month a bunch of different indie makers get together and they contribute one product to the centralized site, which is polishpickup.com, and that site is open the first Friday through Monday of every month. So this month the site will be open on June 4th and it'll close on June 7th. This month's theme is rainbows, so every maker was inspired by the generalized theme of rainbows, and then they went and did their own themes based off of that theme. And I will talk about everybody's inspiration as we come to that polish. Also, some products are what we call capped, and that just means that there's only a certain number of those available during the ordering window. If a product has no cap, that just means that you can order as many as you want during the ordering period. In the description box below, I will link the Polish Pickup site, I will link their Instagram page and their Facebook page, and then I'll leave my Instagram page where you can see more swatches of everything from today's video. So we do have a total of 11 products to get today, and let's go ahead and get started. So this month, Anchor and Heart is bringing us a Hawaiian song, which is inspired by The Good Song. This is described as a turquoise jelly base with a lime to aqua to teal iridescent flake, an orange to pink iridescent flake, and gold metallic flakes. Formula on this was very smooth and easy to work with, nice and buttery application. It did take me 3 coats to get to full opacity. I do feel like I was being a little bit picky on this day, so I feel like 2 coats would probably be just fine on most people. But if you have a strong visible nail line, you might need 3. This is going to dry on the dull side, so I would recommend top coat, but nothing in here is going to dry textured and nothing is going to be difficult to remove. So here is 3 coats plus a glossy top coat. The other Anchor and Heart contribution is their Sea Glass Scented Matte Top Coat. This is inspired by a rainbow of tropical fruit best enjoyed on a beach in Hawaii. It says the scent description is a Hawaiian sunset, is a cheerful and energizing scent featuring notes of ruby red grapefruit, zesty tangerine, orange blossom, and pineapple nectar. I do really like the Anchor and Heart Sea Glass matte top coats in general. I do use them in virtually any time I use a matte top coat. They do dry really quickly into that full matte finish, not satiny, not waxy. It does dry fully matte. So I did speed up this drying process just a little bit to get to this finished look, and here's 1 coat of that over their Hawaiian Song polish. So up next from Damn Nail Polish, we have Gold Digger, and this is inspired by someone with their eye on the gold at the end of the rainbow. The real gold is #goals. This is described as an ultra hollow glitter bomb with gold and bronze glitters with some hints of pink. It also has a subtle silver linear hollow base. Formula on this was excellent. I did 2 coats to reach opacity. If you're super picky, you could probably make out your nail line and go in for a 3rd coat, but I was happy. I do feel like there's enough in here that's like reflective and shiny to distract from any kind of visible nail line that might be left. You will want top coat to finish this off. It's going to dry textured, and because of all this glitter, it's going to be super difficult to remove, but there's 2 coats plus top coat. Up next from Dany Vianna, we have Magic Armoire, and this is inspired by her Aunt Natty. If you haven't read her inspiration story, it is absolutely adorable, and I do recommend doing so. This is described as a mahogany jelly base, packed full of Aurora Shimmer and iridescent flakes. This Aurora Shimmer does go from this like goldy orange to a bright red. Beautiful formula on this polish, 2 to 3 coats for full opacity. I was happy with 2, but again, depending on your application and how visible your nail line is, you might need 3. This is going to dry on the dull side, so I do recommend going in with top coat, but removal on this is easy. So there is 2 coats plus a glossy top coat. Up next from KB Shimmer, we have I'm So Over It. This is inspired by sun showers and rainbows, and it says it's a nod to those rainbows peeking through stormy gray clouds. It's described as a pale gray base, accented with a shifty shimmer that shows hues of pink, gold, green, and at some angles fuchsia and aqua. Floating in this gray curly base, you'll also find a hollow gold flake. Formula on this was wonderful. I did 2 coats for full opacity. I did have the most minimal amount of brush stroking through that shimmer when it was wet, and that did go away as it dried. This is going to dry on the glossy side, though I do recommend top coat to keep it lasting, and removal is easy. Their other contribution this month is their Rainbow Shaved Ice Sugar Scrub. Now, if you've been with me through any length of time, you know this is one of my must-have go-to products. I love, love, love their sugar scrubs in general. I use them in literally every aspect of my life, in every room of my house. Nice and moisturizing. This one says it has scents of orange, peach, and raspberry, and it totally smells like a snow cone on a warm day. I really enjoyed this. Up next from Night Owl Lacquer, we have Colors Are Everything, and this is inspired by Kesha's song Rainbow. It's described as a fuchsia base with a purple to red shimmer and a rainbow of crystal chameleon flakes. The formula on this was good. I expected it to be on the thicker side, but it wasn't. It was very smooth and easy to work with while also being nicely opaque. I did do 2 coats to reach full opacity. I don't see any situation where somebody might want to do a 3rd coat of this. It's a pretty pigmented polish, but I do either way recommend going in with a top coat. It is going to dry on the dull side, and some of these larger flakes can dry with some texture. So that being said, top coat is recommended, but removal is easy. So there's 2 coats plus top coat. Up next from my brand Pampered Polishes, we have Colors of the Wind. This is inspired by Pocahontas, and it's described as a blush-toned mauve crelly jam-packed with red, blue, bronze, copper, gold, and platinum metallic micro flakes, as well as a holographic shimmer and holographic micro flakes. I think the formula on this is good. Not too thick or too thin. Again, it does build up to opacity nicely for me. I did do 2 coats to reach full opacity on this one. Depending on your nail length and your visible nail line, you might need to do 3. All of the little colorful flakes in here stand out easily, and they do spread out evenly. It is going to dry dull, so I do recommend top coat, and removal is easy. So there's 2 coats plus a glossy top coat. Up next from Penelope Luz, we do have their Cuticle Bomb. This is inspired by the scene from the film of The Wizard of Oz when Dorothy lubricates the Tin Man. This one I didn't love at first, but after using it for a few days, I love this balm. I will be picking up a backup of it. It's nice and moisturizing, and it doesn't leave me all greasy. This one I didn't notice any in particular scent with it, and I really enjoy it. Penelope Luz's other contribution this month is Soap Bubble, and this is inspired by soap bubbles in the black background. It's described as a multichrome magnetic with multicolors and iridescent flakes. The formula on this was good. It's a little bit on the sheer side. I did do 3 coats to build this one up to mostly full opacity. I could still make out my nail line, especially at like lower lighting angles. So you could totally use this as a topper if you wanted to. This is going to dry on the dull side, so I do recommend going in with top coat to finish this off. Removal on this will be easy. I did only magnetize my 3rd coat, as I always do. If you do the first 2 coats as well, it will be a little bit more sheer. I will also link my magnets in the description, but there's 2 coats plus top coat. And lastly, from Sweet and Sour Lacquer, we have Mosaic, and this is inspired by a blue rainbow mosaic. It's described as a periwinkle sky blue crelly with purple shimmer and blue, green, pink, and gold metallic flakes. The formula on this was stellar. This is what I would consider a nice buttery formula. Almost applies itself. The brush just kind of hugs your nails, and it works so beautifully. This one is pretty opaque on this first coat. I did reach full opacity in 2 coats. It is going to dry dull and slightly textured, so I do recommend going in with top coat. Removal will take some scrubbing on this one. It's not super easy, but it's also not super difficult. But there is 2 coats plus top coat. And guys, that is it. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of these polishes. Let me know if you plan on picking any of them up. What else are you eyeballing from the Polish Pickup website? Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe if you'd like to see more from me, and I will talk to you again next time.